All right, welcome back, everyone. We are going to do a reaction to a video on my least favorite Phoenix Sun in a very long time, and I'm really glad we got rid of him. His name is Deandre Ayton, and this video is called "The NBA's Biggest Disappointment." It is by a content creator named Dylan Does Basketball. I think I've seen a couple videos by him before, but I'm not sure. Um, Either way, happy to do a reaction to a video about DeAndre because the entire time we had him, man, I was bitching so damn much about this guy. Like, why couldn't he get us 20 points and 10 rebounds? That's all I was ever asking for. Like, easy in today's game. And he couldn't do it. The guy didn't care. So, anyways, uh, if you like what you're about to see here, go check out Dylan's channel. And if you like my content, be sure to give me a like and comment and subscribe and all that good stuff for YouTube. Let's get into it.
With the first pick, the Phoenix Suns select Deandre Ayton.
Deandre Ayton, I think, is a special talent.
He's a guy now that's the modern day athlete at that size that you're looking for. That could do a lot of different things offensively.
Yeah, you could do a lot on 2K.
Season done after 2 rounds.
Monty got so upset with Ayton that he said, "You freaking quit on us."
All right, Deandre Ayton said, I got nothing to prove in this league. I'm a max player, and I'll continue to be a max player.
Shit. Was he ever really a star? To me, he's just our biggest mistake. We could have drafted Luka. Instead, we drafted
What's
this
truly
chump.
agonizing in sports is when a player fails to reach their potential solely due to their own lack of passion for the game. Recently,
Oh, yeah,
DeAndre
bite 'em.
Ayton is perhaps the most notable example of this. He's a player who is given all of the physical gifts, but none of the mental ones. Nowadays,
Yeah.
Ayton's numbers have declined to career lows in Portland. But at one point in Phoenix, he was looked at as a surefire all-star and future top center in the league. So what went wrong? Today we'll be investigating the case of Deandre Ayton and analyzing how his career went on a downward spiral so suddenly.
I think it's something we need to pay attention to when we're drafting players. You could be physically strong, but mentally incredibly weak. So you don't have that toughness. And I mean, there had to be early signs with Ben Simmons that he was mentally weak. And same with Aiton. The guy never ever looks alive. He looks dead inside all the time. So I don't know.
At the University of Arizona, Deandre Ayton in his lone freshman season performed well, and had tons of hype surrounding his name. He averaged 20 points and 12 rebounds per game, excelling as an offensive-minded
That's
big
all I
man.
was ever asking
His
for.
most frequent NBA comparison was Joel Embiid, and he was even touted by many as the next David Robinson. Entering the 2018
Dude.
NBA draft, DA was seen as a far better prospect than future superstars like Luka Doncic and Trae Young. With Ayton, the belief was that a team would be getting an automatic 2010 guy at the absolute worst. At his best, he could be one of the greatest big men of all time. Hefty
lot
praise
like
for sure,
Garnett.
but that doesn't mean there weren't a few concerns surrounding the young fella. One part of Ayton's game that was a red flag throughout high school and into college was his defense. His rim protection and off-ball defense were below average. He didn't move his feet well, he struggled to locate his man, and players would often cut around him for easy buckets. Given that he was a
What the
7-footer
hell?
with a freak athlete build, the fact that he had so many mental lapses on this end of the ball was alarming. These
He still
problems
does,
were
on both
magnified in
ends.
the 2018 NCAA March Madness tournament. In round 1, the 4th-seeded Arizona Wildcats were blown out in a major upset by the 13th-seeded Buffalo Bulls. In this huge game, Ayton played mediocre, putting up 14 points and 13 rebounds. His offense was okay, while his defense was atrocious. Buffalo attacked him relentlessly in the paint, and Ayton looked helpless.
Ooh, that looked like
NBA
Steve Nash
scouts were
there.
concerned. Why was the prospect with the best athletic ability in the draft about as intimidating on defense as Kevin Hart? Where was his intensity? Where were his instincts? In the end, though, these
Yeah.
problems were brushed aside by most scouts.
He's just a
His
guy with a
offense
lot of
was
hype.
just too good to ignore, and his defense had the potential to become lethal if he just put in the work. He was seen as the safe pick at number 1, while Luka Doncic, picked 2 slots later at number 3, was viewed as a risky move. Upon being drafted number 1,
Wait, it was originally the Hawks that drafted Luca. There must have been some deal there.
to the Phoenix Suns, Ayton was asked to define what NBA success looked like to him.
Hit me up in the comments. Was that a draft day deal between the Mavs and the Atlanta Hawks?
Definitely getting to my second contract. That's my success, he said.
Okay, so he was saying it right off the bat. He's just looking to get paid. Because what's his goal? He's going to get to his second contract and try to be a max player and pull us. And he did it because we're stupid. Why would we give him that much money? Why?
A fair quote on the surface, but it did raise some eyebrows from those who would have liked to have heard him say that winning a championship was his success.
Yeah.
Still, Ayton showed flashes
At
of
least
his
lie
star
about it.
potential in his rookie campaign. He finished third in the Rookie of the Year race, averaging a solid 16 and 10 on 58% field goal shooting. Impressive numbers, especially considering he didn't have a good point guard or coach to work with on his 19-win Suns team. NBA analysts wanted to see
19 win. So those are empty stats, man. Playing on a trash team like that. Man, I forgot how bad we were until we got Paul. Like, that guy really turned our shit around.
Ayton get the ball more, and desired a higher level of aggression from him on offense. He shot 34% from downtown in college, but didn't make a single three in his rookie year. His shot attempts stood at 12 per game, which ranked just 4th on his team. But these were all things that appeared fixable with the help of a strong coach. Once the experienced Monty Williams was hired as a replacement for the inept Igor Kokoskov, Suns fans were incredibly optimistic. However, what the Valley failed to realize is that one thing coaches can't teach is determination, which people would soon find out Deandre lacked. Off the court,
here we
Ayton
go.
was developing a passion for a different type of game, video games. In 2022, it was reported that he was playing NBA 2K and other video games for up to 5 hours a day consistently.
Man, get in the gym and actually play. 2K is for us people who can't play in the NBA to like live out some fucking fantasy. The guy's actually in the NBA instead of living that life. He's playing 2K, man. This still blows my mind. Like if he was playing like Call of Duty or some shit, it doesn't make it better, but at least it's more understandable because it's like he doesn't get to live out a life of being a soldier in the NBA, but he's in the real freaking NBA. Am I crazy, or is this the stupidest thing you've ever heard of?
often played them deep into the night after games or practices until
That's
4
why
or
he's
5
freaking
a.m.
sleepy all the
He
time.
then woke up for the new day at 6 a.m., usually getting just 2 hours of sleep on average as a result. It's no wonder that there were so many questions surrounding his effort. Bro seemed more focused on his My Career in 2K than his actual career in real life. A red flag? Maybe. But most saw it as a cute extracurricular. Either way, the expectations for Ayton in his upcoming sophomore season were sky high. It was time for him to prove his critics wrong. What's this? Suspended for drug use? Seriously?
Was it pot? He got to be smoking weed. He's got to be smoking weed and playing 2K all night. Like, what else? What else would he be doing?
Essentially, Ayton had been using an illegal drug called diuretic, which are banned from the league because they can be used to mask performance-enhancing drugs. This sabotaged his season, as he was suspended for 25 games and only played 38 games total.
Diuretic.
When he did step on the court, he continued to show flashes of his potential, averaging 18 points, 11 rebounds, and a career-high 1.5 blocks.
Man, this scrub was wasting performance PEDs on himself and playing like trash. That's even more sad.
The Suns had their most successful season in years, winning 34 out of 72 games, and winning 8 straight times in the bubble. They didn't make the playoffs, but it was clear that there was something special brewing in the Valley. This hype was only amplified when in November 2020, the Suns traded for star point guard Chris Paul. CP3 was the perfect pairing with Ayton, finally giving the young center a proper floor general and facilitator. Everything around Ayton was falling right into place.
Man, when we got Chris Paul, that was like almost it was like the equivalent of when we got Steve Nash back in the day. Because like he took a team that had talent, but we didn't know how to play as a team. You know, we were trash in that element, and then he just organized us and got the best out of us. It's sad that we got him at such an old age, because if we got him like 5 years younger, man, I think we would have won some rings. But unfortunately, we got him at the tail end of his career, and yeah, you know the history. But man, thank you, Chris Paul, for a couple of really good years here. It was fun. And now, even though we have more stars on our team, we got Beal and KD, and the lineup is stacked. We don't have that floor general anymore, and it's really making a big difference. Like we need a true point guard. I mean, how awesome would it be to have? I don't know. I'm gonna break down, get into some basketball shit here. Like, how awesome would it be if we had a Chris Paul type point guard, or like a Steve Nash type point guard, like a true point guard, a Stockton or whatever, a pass first guard, bringing a ball up the court on both wings. You have Booker, and then you got Beal, and then you got KD in the post, and then you got Nurkic on the other side on the other side of the block. Like KD's fadeaway jumper is deadly. And then you got Book, who's deadly from the three and can drive at any point. And the same thing with Beal. Like our point guard wouldn't even have to score, wouldn't have to do a damn thing. It would be a beautiful thing. But us having Booker as the point guard, I mean, he can do the job, but it's doing a disservice to himself. He needs to be a shooting guard. He's a shoot first guy. He's one of the most deadly offensive players in the league right now. But that's my whole 2 cents. And I don't think we're going to have any success until we fix that problem. Hopefully, we figure something out. But I guess it's a little too late because, yeah, the trade deadline's over. So we're stuck with this shit. No point guard.
He had a great head coach, a phenomenal passing point guard to set him up well, and an excellent co-star to help carry the load. On top of this, the 2020-21 season was a contract year for him. If he played well, he was going to get that bag he had long coveted.
Oh man, this one killed us. Like me and all my friends here. When we paid him and we gave him that bag, that was like so disappointing. He didn't earn it at all.
And play well he did. The 2020-21 campaign for both Ayton and the Suns was extremely successful. They went 51-21, the fifth highest winning percentage in their franchise's history, with Deandre continuing to show his value. He was no Luka Doncic, but many Suns fans thought that if they won the 2021 championship, it would solidify that DA was the right choice at the #1 pick.
No, it was the wrong choice.
Where Ayton really shined was the 2021 playoffs. In the Western Conference semifinals against the Nuggets, in which the Suns won in a sweep, Ayton showed flashes of his defensive potential, holding MVP center Nikola Jokic to poor numbers. He played so well that he even got a compliment from Jokic, saying he guards me really well. While it's true that Ayton did a good job guarding Jokic in this series, further context is required to understand why DA had success. Jokic's best teammate during this series was Michael Porter Jr., with the two guards in the starting lineup for Denver.
Yeah, man, he's missing his point guard. It was a big difference. Big difference. Man, Mikal Bridges, I miss you, bro.
Being Facundo Campazzo and Austin Rivers. Since Jamal Murray was hurt, there was no proper second option he could defer to.
Yeah, and then Jamal Murray comes back and they win a ring.
So it was easy for Ayton and the entire Suns defense to focus on just Jokic and limit him. In the Western Conference Finals, though, is where Ayton really had his shining moment. In Game 2, with his team down by 1, he threw down a buzzer-beating alley-oop that won it for the Suns.
Okay. I remember being at work with my friends watching this, and we freaked out when this happened. Like, this was huge. What a huge play.
This was why he was the #1 pick. For iconic championship-winning plays like these. The Suns went on to beat the Clippers and advanced to the finals for the first time since 1993. Some called it a cakewalk run. Others called it a product of their opponents being hurt. But for the Suns, they didn't care. Cope and see, little bro. They were in the finals. And in just Ayton's third season, he had reached the biggest stage in basketball.
Don't talk about the finals.
This was the peak of Deandre Ayton's empire in Phoenix. It was all downhill from here.
Yeah, let's not talk about the finals.
After the Suns jumped out to a 2-0 lead against the Milwaukee Bucks in the finals, they lost 4 in a row, thus dropping the series. DA had a poor final showing. He was inconsistent, having a few promising games while putting up stinkers in others.
I hope he mentions how he did against Giannis. Shit.
Disappeared in 2.
I wish we had Nurkic on Giannis. I'm not saying he could stop Giannis, but he definitely would have played Giannis better.
crucial games. Games 4 and 6 saw
Oh,
him
yeah,
score
good
just
one.
6 and 12 points. Ayton shot
Oh,
just
close one.
10.7 times per game, 6 less than Chris Paul did, and 13 less than Devin Booker. In a time where the Suns need
Hold up. Let me check that real quick.
Ayton shot just 10.7 times.
He was getting us 10 points. Yeah. Book scoring was kind of low here, too. Goal attempts. Oh, that's field goal attempts. Shit. Okay, not points. So you shot the ball 10 times. Book was shooting a lot. Chris Paul was shooting. Field goals made, 9. Okay.
Times per game, 6 less than Chris Paul did, and 13 less than Devin Booker. In a time where the Suns needed him to step up as the second option, he failed to
Oh,
do
good
so.
catch.
On
Close one.
defense, Giannis destroyed him,
Oh,
forcing Ayton to either foul him or get out of the way on many of his
Oh,
drives
man.
to the rim. Above all else,
Ah, man,
DA's biggest flaw
flashbacks.
was his mental side of the game. He regressed as the series went on, often showing hesitation and missing bunny opportunities
What the
to
hell?
score.
Why did he turn
His
around to the
backup, Frank
Why did he turn to the left? Just keep going with the
He
ball.
regressed as the series went on,
Watch this setup.
often showing hesitation and missing
Set up to the
bunny
right on his right
opportunities to
hand. All
score.
I had to do was swing around to the right. Dunk it.
His backup, Frank
What a
Kaminsky,
bitch.
outplayed him in the closeout Game 6. Despite this brutal end to a great season,
What an idiot.
hopes were still high for DA. But once the 2021 offseason rolled around, things would start to get uncomfortable in the Valley.
Mhm.
After what was an overall impressive playoff run, Ayton wanted a bag, demanding nothing less than a max contract. Phoenix wanted to keep him, but the
What an entitled little shit.
prospect of
And we enabled him because we gave him the fucking bag.
handing him a max was intimidating. Instead, they gave Mikal Bridges a 4-year, $90 million deal and kicked the can down the road regarding Ayton. This frustrated DA, who said before the 2021-22 season that he loved Phoenix, but he was really disappointed that the deal wasn't done yet.
Now, Bridges earned every penny of that, and we miss him dearly over here. I wish him nothing but luck with the Nets. He's a solid guy. Good guy, hard player. His potential is through the roof.
He said he wanted to be respected, implying that the Suns organization wasn't showing him any. It was worrying to some, but once Phoenix started winning games, this awkward situation was forgotten. The Suns exploded in the 2021-22 season, earning the most wins in their franchise's history, 64. Ayton played a key role.
Damn,
in
what a
that.
shot.
He wasn't an all-star or all-NBA player, but he did what the team needed him to do. The good old-fashioned saying in sports goes as followed: when you're winning, everyone loves you. But once adversity hits, how one responds separates the real from the fake. After having the greatest regular
It also separates the real winners versus the losers. When adversity hits you, what do? Do you show up? Do you still play your ass off? Or do you turn into a little bitch and whine and complain?
season in franchise history, the Suns horrifically imploded in the 2022 playoffs.
No, guys, we're not covering
They
this
lost
again.
in round 2 to the Mavericks in 7.
No,
with
we
Game
didn't.
7 being one of the most embarrassing
No,
chokes
we didn't.
ever.
Nope.
In this winner go home game,
Nope,
the
this
Suns
didn't
got
happen.
destroyed by Luka Doncic. Ayton played horribly,
No.
logging just 17 minutes total because he was benched in the second half by Monty
Yep.
Williams.
Well deserved. The only thing I want to see off of this is Luka Doncic posting up DeAndre Ayton like a little turd and dominating him, because that was the most embarrassing thing. Everything else, yeah, we got our ass whooped. It's sad, but that was the most embarrassing thing I've seen from Ayton, was him getting backed down like a little bitch by Luka Doncic. Fuck, man. Why am I covering this?
DA showed terrible effort in this game, so Monty promptly benched him and told reporters after
What
the
the
game
hell
it
is
was
that, dude?
internal.
DA only played 17 minutes, and so he didn't play most of the fourth quarter. Is there any reason why? Is he hurt or?
Because he's a bitch.
On the sidelines,
'Cause he's a
fans
bitch.
overheard Williams calling Ayton out for quitting on the team. This was the beginning of a heated feud between the two that would last.
Yeah, what he didn't show was there was a closeout on the perimeter, on the baseline, where the rotation was Eaton was supposed to go out to the wing and play defense and close out, but he just like sat there and let the shot happen. He kind of pulled a LeBron James, but he's not LeBron James. He's Ayton, so you can't get away with that crap. So that was like the final straw. And after that, the whole team turned on him. They were all yelling at him and pissed off, like, we're in the playoffs. Like, freaking play hard, man. So that was it. Afterwards, Monty benched him, and that was the end of it. It's not like he apologized or anything. He had a bad attitude about it, still acting like he was some victim. But he did it, dude. He didn't care. He quit on us. He quit on us. So we quit on his ass.
Last the rest of Ayton's time in Phoenix. The two didn't speak for the entire summer after this event. In the biggest game of the season, Ayton no-showed and was inexplicably yanked to the bench. A shocking ending that harshly revealed Ayton's flaws. Once the season was over,
Go play 2K, buddy.
DA quickly shifted his focus from the game to the paycheck. A week following this L, his camp once again reiterated their disappointment in the lack of a max contract from the Suns. Now, with free agency approaching, he finally had the chance to receive his money, either from Phoenix or somewhere else. Just a few weeks into the offseason, he got his wish, agreeing to a 4-year, $133 million contract extension from the
And here's what's wrong with the world today. So the guy shows us who he is. He's a quitter. He doesn't try hard. He's just in it for the bag. He's complaining that other people are getting paid and he's not, yet they're playing harder than him. And then what do? We reward him with every penny he wanted. Is that not stupid? Is that not stupid? How does that make any sense? You get a raise for underperforming?
Indiana Pacers. Not only did DA get his money, but he was gone from the franchise that he had slowly grown quite the dislike for. Moving on from Phoenix was a relief. I'm happy for you, little bro. Wait, you're telling me the Suns matched it? So after all the rumors...
Yeah. Sorry, I got a little head on this one. Yeah, here we go.
Speculation and drama, Ayton remained in the Valley. He was happy he got paid, but was still annoyed at the fact Phoenix didn't give him a 5-year deal. Since he was being paid for 4 years and not 5, he lost out on $40 million by not getting an extra year. DA blamed Robert Sarver for this, the Suns owner who would end up getting the boot from the league for being racist as hell.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah. A lot of stuff happened in a short period of time there. Yeah, I just realized how long this video has gone on. I'm gonna shut it down for right here for today, and then I'm gonna do a part 2 tomorrow and finish up this video. It's been interesting. This is some good content here. Cool video. Anyways, if you want to check out this channel, it's Dylan Does Basketball, and yeah. Go shoot Dylan some love. And if you like my content, shoot me a like, subscribe, leave some comments down below on what do you think of the story so far. And I'll see you all tomorrow to finish this off. Peace out.